hilarious. Nope. They're silent.
Well, you could do a narrative if you wanted. Raccoons playing in our backyard, just chilling, having some fun.
They're on the laptop.
What's that?
Rather than the laptop.
Yeah.
It's like WWF.
They are. They are.
Oh,
yeah,
There's a couple of times they just go for it.
Yeah, they definitely flip over. Flip to the area.
Yeah. Jump on.
Until he's like.
Oh yeah, just giving.
Grabbing their skin.
Yeah. Yeah, and grabs them and just body slams.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Can't tell if one's always winning or not.
Yeah. Well, one of them has a really short tail, so you can tell them apart.
Oh yeah, that's right. Too. One's got a little chopped tail a little bit.
That's about the end.
Janice McAndrew to have this event here at the mansion today. She sent me numerous pictures of her pool and said, "What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?" So it's really nice in this overly politically correct world to be politically incorrect for once. So yeah, well, thank you all for showing up. I'm going to turn things over to Mark. I think he wants to actually address you. So here we go. So anyways, I mean, a lot of you are probably wondering, how is this possible? How is it possible that, you know, this guy can retire at such a young age? You know, contrary to rumors, I am not independently wealthy. The reality is I've actually been working for a really long time. I first started working when I was 10 years old, working when they were building Pacific Center, and I was the water boy. So my dad and his crew, they were pouring the sidewalks around the building, and I was the water guy. I had to supply these guys with water. Now, an adult male could carry 2 buckets of water at one time. I could only carry 1, so I was moving all the time. And for my efforts, I got paid an amazing $2 a day by my dad. No. I was happy, though, because my monthly allowance was 50 cents. So I thought, I am just killing it with this. So, you know, I was quite happy with that. You know, and one of the things is that when we're at head office, I go in the cafeteria and I look across the harbor, I can see all the buildings that I've worked on. So, you know, I worked on Pacific Center, I worked on Royal Center, I worked on Harbor Center, I even worked on Waterfront Station when they were prepping it for the sea bus. So, you know, it kind of strikes me that I've not only have I been working for a long time, I've been building stuff for a long time. And I think basically with what we've been doing at the corporation, you know, we're still building stuff, but it's not tangible things. But, you know, I like to build things that are last. So I've built a number of things with many of you people, and I just want to say that I really appreciate all the help that you guys have given me over the years. So that's it. That's the first of several spiels. So please stick around. We'll resume with the music. I think Hugh might have to go to bed. It's past his bedtime, but we will continue. And yeah, thanks for all coming. Okay, thanks a lot. Hey.
Leverage that knowledge in the business analysis field, and where he eventually progressed to the senior business analyst role. That's awesome. So I worked alongside Mark for the majority of his service, as a number of you have. We all came to know Mark as being detail-oriented.
Oh yeah.
Extremely pragmatic. He gets to the point, listens well, and works well with our business partners. Okay? And of course, he has the neatest, most organized desk this side of Martha Stewart.
You gotta mention my snack collection.
That's the part I edited out.
Okay.
It's back here. I'll let you read it later.
All right.
Moving right along. So over the years, a number of us started socializing with Mark outside of work, and we've had a number of adventures in various entertainment venues around the city. I'm just glad we can still remember pretty well most of them. Mark was always an enthusiastic participant, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, we didn't have to go far afield to have some interesting encounters. There was one time Mark left my house after a Grey Cup, big Grey Cup game where he had an altercation with a horse.
Oh no.
Well, if you want any further detail, you can ask him that, because I'm not going to let him blame it on me. Okay? But I'm sure you remember.
Oh, yeah.
So to wrap up, on behalf of the company, thanks for all your solid contributions over the years, Mark. On behalf of everyone here, thanks for your teamwork during all the projects we worked on. And on behalf of myself, congratulations and welcome to your future adventures.
You want to hear the tale? Yeah, the tale. Okay, so I went to Steve's house. He graciously invited me to watch the Super Bowl at his place. And he lives up, what was it, Wellington?
Wellington, right.
Yeah, Wellington, up in kind of the edge of Lynn Valley. And I knew the most direct route home, but I figured I would bushwhack. And I would follow, there's some power lines. I figured I would follow the power lines. It was a day like today. It was this pissing rain. I was very drunk. Anyways, I went bushwhacking. I fell down a hill. I got soaking wet, got covered in mud, and I came out. There's some stables, the Laura Lynn stables. And there was a paddock, and there was this big black horse out there. And if you know me, I love animals. So I just, even though I was like covered in mud and bleeding and drunk as shit, I had to go see the horse. So the horse came over, it's like, nice horsey. And I was like trying to pet the thing on the nose, and I guess it thought my thumb was a carrot, and it just clamped right down on it. And it was like being in a vice. This damn horse just wouldn't, it just kept tugging. The more I pulled, the more it pulled, and eventually I had to basically smack the thing in the nose. And it went away. But my finger was bruised for like a couple of weeks. It was like, yeah. So that's the tale. So thanks for reminding me of that. Anyways, thank you so much for the speech. Again, thank you for all the people who are newly arrived. Thanks very much for showing up. For the people who are already here, thanks for staying. And we might have a guest appearance in maybe 10 or 15 minutes, so you might want to stick around. And we have a special guest, I think, that will show up and might do an additional speech.
Oh no.
All right, so stay tuned for that. Mingle around. Eat the damn food, because I don't want to take it.
I'm wearing a grizzly tie. They're a bit of a cartoon, so.
Good. Linda. Hello. Hi. I was just going to make a speech on behalf of the IS folks, but if you want to speak, you can. But
I don't think you would understand it.
I never did. I've actually got a speech prepared, but actually it's not so much a speech as it's a show and tell. So I've got my can of Dr. Pepper here, and I do have my corporate archive bag. So okay. So I was hoping Anita Brierley would be here because she would appreciate the fact that I have Carl Joy's teapot. He bequeathed. I like that word, bequeathed. He bequeathed his teapot to her, and I stole it from her desk. So don't tell her.
Careful, it's got a crack in it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Carl glued it back together.
He didn't tell me that. I used it. I didn't know that. I got a pack of cards here from when the guys play. I don't know, what are they playing in the cafeteria? Bridge? They never invited me to them. So
It's a good spot.
yeah. Okay. And I was gonna bring Art Grove's bowling ball, but he's left-handed and I'm right-handed. It wouldn't work. So, anyways, that's from the corporate archives. I just thought you might want to see those items. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to turn it over to Mark now, and he's going to say some words about the IS folks. Okay. All right. I want everyone to understand that I am not mocking Mike at all. I have the highest admiration for Mike.
We love Mark.
Yeah, he's really one of those guys that most of us have worked with, and he is just a phenomenal guy. And if he happens to see pictures of this, I hope that he is not insulted. I hope he's actually.
He's the fly on the wall.
Yes. And the reality is.
There's a fly.
The reality is that we've been fortunate to work with some of the best people in IS that I've ever met. They're truly amazing people. A lot of the stuff that they do is kind of mundane, updating tables and things like that. But when we actually design and build something from scratch, they are just, I go to meetings with them and I come out and I'm like, my head hurts. I don't even know where these guys pull this stuff up from. So we've had in the past Brian Chesney with his infamous one-line code change, which would take down the whole system. Carl Joyce. Now, a lot of you probably, your experience with Carl is basically at work. He's a pretty rough guy. I mean, he has retired and has moved on. But if you ever got to know Carl outside of work, he was a great guy. He was a fun guy. I used to play softball against him. He was a fearsome competitor, and when we used to go to the bar, he was the greatest guy. I really miss him now that he's gone, and I just want to express my admiration for him. We have our perennial contractors like Art Grove, the man who basically, if he were to leave, I don't think we could keep our system running. So, and people like Linda Skinner and David Smith. Hi, Linda. Who for years I worked with them maintaining the system, and it seemed like there was no problem that Linda and Dave and the other prod people could chase down. Things that I thought, we're screwed. I don't know what's going on. And they would track it down. And I also want to call out Linda because one year I was really sick at home, and she actually came up to my place and delivered some strawberries to me. I really appreciated that. That was a very special thing you did, and I really appreciate that. So, we've got a lot of other IS folks. I can't name them all, but I don't think they get enough recognition. They really are an amazing group of people. And I'm going to say, maybe quite controversial, I think if they had been given the opportunity to build the new systems, they would have done a bang-up job. I'm pretty convinced they would have. And it would have been the most robust and solid and awesome system ever. So anyways, I just want everybody to give a round of applause to the IS folks and acknowledge their contributions over the years.
So, how'd it go, retirement guy?
I think it went pretty damn well.
There's so much ice
Yeah.
in that cooler. I don't know why you want to put it into the fridge.
Let's just leave it for a while.
Well, you're interrupting this important video. They're going to have to edit this whole exchange out.
No, it's all part of it. It's a one-take wonder. Okay, back to
Back to the questions.
So, you're drinking finally.
Yes, I am.
Finally.
And people thought my little vignettes, I think that's what Steve referred to them as, that I was like severely intoxicated.
Probably were.
No.